Hello everybody and welcome to Oakfield Farm. This is my brand new realistic series and hopefully I do succeed with being realistic. Now first of all, we're not really going to be doing too much farming because I need to be able to buy everything that we require. Now as you'll notice at the top right hand side of the screen, I have carried over all the money from the west coast, or the money which we should have brought over at least. Also, the animals have been on a very long journey to make sure we have them in our inventory just here. So they've come across from the west coast to Oakfield, and yeah, 24 sheep, 6 cows, along with all the feed they had and the water. So yes, we're not losing anything from the west coast. All the money and all the animals are still here. We're just continuing in a different location. Anyway, as beautiful as this Christmas tree is and the very warm fire, we must go outside in the cold to be able to go and buy all of the machines required for this Let's Play. Now I probably will add some machines as we go. I'm not going to buy everything straight away, and to be honest I would like to use mostly mods in this series. So yeah, certainly what you've got to remember is when I buy the equipment in a minute, it isn't all the equipment, in fact far from it, and yeah, we'll be building the amount of machines we have in the future. We do start off with a few in-game machines, which is fine. I think these are pretty good anyway, so I'm quite happy with using these. If I go on the garage here, you'll be able to see what we've got. We've got the Horse Pronto 9, the sprayer, a plough, a front weight and a pickup. The pickup we may change in the future. But that's it. We did have tractors, but they've all gone, so you need to forget that for this Let's Play. If you started the Let's Play yourself, this map yourself, you would start off with a Fendt tractor, a Massey Ferguson tractor, and a Massey Ferguson combine harvester. Okay, so into the pickup. Obviously we're going to drive over to the shop instead of just teleporting, because that would be highly unrealistic. Something I would do in my standard series. So yeah, we'll drive through the yard first of all. It will be light fairly soon. We'll play mostly at times 5 or 15. I tend to do a day per episode, so I should think we will do again. Actually, before I forget, we should just make sure this is set up well. Okay. Season length probably should be 6 days, I would have thought. Yeah. 3 is too short. 9 is pretty good if you're playing on your own, but I think for a video, probably 6. Right, the way out then. I have been out of here before. There is the track over there, so we're going to have to try and find a way of getting there. Yeah, it's coming light. It's good to see. I think we turn left. Somewhere up here. Possibly up there. Is that the way to go? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So there is a lot of machinery I need to buy. It is going to be expensive, but this is exactly what I was referring to at the end of the West Coast series. Although we have £1.5 million, which probably you've already commented saying that's unrealistic, that money is going to disappear in the blink of an eye. It really is just going to go. Because it isn't just the machinery we need to buy, it's also fields and also animals as well. And also actually we probably do have a loan which needs to be repaid. So we're going to be back down to some sensible money very soon. And to be fair, although it might still seem like a lot of money to start off with, if I did start off with maybe 20,000 with no machinery, we would be struggling for the entire series and it would be just so boring, it really would be. Because every episode I'd be just trying to get a bit of money back and then we'd have to spend it straight away, and would have the most basic machinery available to us, so it really is for the best. Although I do call it the realistic series, you must take it with a pinch of salt. Anyway, off we go. Over to the shop, and while we're driving there, we can look around, really appreciate the map, and this is a good opportunity for me just to once again say a big thank you to oxygendavid for giving me the early access for this Let's Play. Really is appreciated. Right, so this is the main road just up here. We turn left towards Cheltenham. Let's just make sure it's clear. Yep, nice and clear. I've got the steering wheel sensitivity fairly loose. I think it's better like this. It's about 600 degrees of rotation. In fact, it's the same setting I use on ETS2. It makes for much better driving. The traffic, actually, just noticing this, drives faster than standard, which is far better. Because in base game maps, the traffic just drives so slowly, it's painful. So I'm pleased to see that that's been increased. I should think they do 30. Let's take in the views. Very nice. It's not a bad pickup, actually. Some people do prefer the older one, but I think personally I do prefer the newer one. Even though, who knows, it might not be as strong. Usually older stuff is more robust, but this will definitely have the luxuries. Right, so this looks to be the village just up here, or the town. We turn left at the roundabout, and then somewhere up here we'll have the store. But yeah, I've got a real treat in store for a lot of people when it comes to the machinery. Now what I've decided to do is have a bit of a mixture, because it's very hard to please everybody when you just have one brand. I know that it is probably more realistic to have just one brand, as farmers do tend to stick with the same brand available. But no, just to please everybody, this is a good way of doing it. So here is the store. It is a New Holland dealer, but they have lots of machinery available. So we'll pull in, and we will go and speak to their sales representative and see if they can do us some good deals. Better turn the engine off. Right. So, what we're going to buy is, like I say, mostly mods. We have got a John Deere 8020 series. It's probably going to be our most expensive tractor, I would have thought. We might put it to the biggest, 8520 or 8520. Attach a basic version, front weight, front hydraulic. Yeah, front hydraulic would be good. Trelleborg's tyres standard, plus weights, RDA, Michelin tyres, plus weights, plus RDA. We then have the broad tyres, big tyres. There's so many to choose from here, and narrow tyres. Definitely not putting it on narrow tyres. We then have twin wheels, all round or just at the back. So that is tough. I really don't know what to choose there. I think we'll probably buy a few different tyres so we can keep swapping it around in our workshop. GPS, that would be wise, I would say. Yeah, that would be good. Twin beacons, all configurations. That might look a bit over the top, but we can change it. We could change it in the future. So that brings a grand total of £159,900. What have we just paid for? Oh, it's just loading. There it is. A very nice looking tractor, and it has the tyre inflation and deflation system installed as well, which obviously looks a bit, well, it looks a bit of an obstruction, but it could still be very useful. Now, if any tractors are a bit too loud, I can change these after this video. Oh no, when I'm doing the editing, so you can post down below if you'd like to, but I will already know. It's a nice looking tractor. I think, yeah, I am very happy with the configuration, really. It's going to be incredibly useful for the big loads. I'm just wondering if it looks a bit too American, that's all. Obviously it's not a bad thing, it's just, as this is a heavily made UK map, it's definitely UK, would it fit in? But I think it would do, because I'm pretty sure this model is available in the UK. So yeah, we'll stick with it. It looks very good. Nice air horns. And beacons. Yeah, we've got the beacons. And we have the lights on top. So it's going to be decent, I hope. As I've said, I can customise anything in the workshop, so we could tone it down a bit. We could tone down the air horns and stuff, but no, that is the first tractor. We're going to probably have 4 tractors in total. Next we have the Massey Ferguson, which I told you about a few days ago. We're definitely having one Massey Ferguson. I did say I was going to have the 7499, but I think I might go for the 90, the 7490. We'll have the front hydraulic with the PTO, no front loader attacher, and although the wheels are very similar, we'll go for the wide tyres. That is 185,000. Okay, so that is 2 high horsepower tractors sorted. Next we have another John Deere. Now, again, this could be a tractor which is really good with a front loader, but I'm not too sure. We might have to customise things in the future. Front hydraulic or just a front weight. I think having the front hydraulic hitch is very useful, so I will put it on. It's going to be a fairly low horsepower in the range, so that can stay as a 7610. The wheel setup can be standard, and the design can be beacons. Yeah, we love beacons. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should have a front loader. It's just the problem I'm thinking of is it might not be a John Deere branded front loader, which would obviously detract from its views, but no, we'll go with that. We can remove them later if necessary. Yeah, every time I do this it just loads, so 1 second. There we go. So, what do you think? I think it looks nice. Decent engine sounds as well. I've downloaded these about a day ago, or must have IC. There we go. Yeah, I was looking for some older John Deeres as well as the new one. Has that done everything I wanted it to? No, I need to bring it forwards, don't I? There we go, that's better. Very nice. So that should be a very decent tractor to have. Let's drive it around a bit. Interactive control on the roof, is there any? Nope. We do have the rear window. And the doors as well. And there's something down here. Armrest. And the rear window again. Okay, so there's probably some other stuff as well, but I think that is a nice start. Now, the reason why I've decided to get all the tractors now is just because I don't want to have to keep thinking, maybe we should buy this, maybe we should buy that, because that can be fairly annoying throughout a series. I hope that was the right colour. Oh, it's a bit off. Well, it could be customised, I suppose, to change it. It's a little bit off. It's not too bad. I think we'll stick with it for the time being. I'll probably change it later. So we now have 3 tractors. One of these engines is running. That one there. Okay, back into the store. The final tractor. This one here. The Claas Arion 600. This one wants to be fairly low horsepower, but not stupidly low. So we don't actually have to go for the most basic engine. There is the 610, 620 and 630, so I think probably a happy medium of 620. The wheel setup, I would like it to cater to narrow tyres for a sprayer. So we'll have that, but we'll also have some standard tyres too, which we'll do later. Everything else should be... yeah, that should be fine. So there we go. The Claas Arion. And yes, it does look a bit strange with the narrow tyres, but every tractor does. As soon as we stick the standard tyres on it, it will look very decent. So do we have IC? Yes, we do. It's always nice when a tractor has got the interactive control. This has just been modified recently. I've used this tractor before, but it's had some fixes, some new modifications, and I just think it is generally a nice tractor to have on the farm. So there it is. Those are our tractors, all of which, in my opinion, are of decent quality. The next thing we need to go for is the combine harvester. Now, I was thinking long and hard about this, and initially I thought, let's get a John Deere. I then looked at the John Deeres and then thought, I don't really think you're going to see many of these in the UK. So in the end I decided to go for a Lexion 580 TerraTrack, which I think is going to be the most suitable for the map. As I've said in the past, I can change it if it has too much negativity surrounding it, but to be honest, I would like to stick with what I buy, since a farmer doesn't change their machinery every day. So yeah, hopefully it goes down pretty well. And doing it this way is also nice as well, because we have John Deere, which a lot of people want. We have 2 Claas machines, so it's in keeping. And I get my Massey Ferguson. So everybody wins, hopefully. I've used New Holland before, I've used Fendt before. I did actually consider getting another Fendt, so we might get one. But 4 tractors is probably deemed enough anyway, so yes, we'll stick with the setup we have currently for the time being. I might get a Fendt in the Platinum Edition Let's Play actually, because I know that a lot of people do want me to have a Fendt, so it's a good opportunity to get one. Anyway, there is a designed header for this, the fitting header, the Vario 900, so nothing too big. And it actually does have a trailer to go with it as well, which is just here. So that needs to be fitted, which I'll probably do off screen. I have actually considered changing the number plates as well, making some custom ones for the UK, because I know when it has the, I think it's Czech Republic, I think it is, number plates in there, it doesn't really keep the immersion in the game, so as much as I don't want to modify these mods, I think I should just change the number plates, if they have one. So I'll do that later. Hopefully that is on enough. And I'm looking to tow it back with the Combine Harvester too. Anyway, this Combine does have interactive control, so as soon as I've hitched this on, I'll show you. Okay. Just turn the engine off. So the steering console comes towards you. There are various different buttons actually. One of these does the engine cover on top. There we go. You can see the Mercedes engine in there. So it's nice and detailed. To be honest, I don't know what this one here does. Oh, it's for the screen. Obviously that's for the steering wheel, and that is for the door. There could be some other stuff, but that was what I noticed. So yeah, it's not a boring combine, it's a nice combine to have. Anyway, now for the implements. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we must just cover it briefly. Oh, actually a telehandler. We've got the Merlo. The very nice Merlo Multifarmer. And it wants to be a fairly decent setup, this. So, safety frame, that must be forestry, I'm assuming. Standard, yeah, we'll keep it standard actually. It's all pretty good. Tinted windows. That does sound fancy. We'll go with the tinted windows. I've always wanted to have this telehandler, and I've been meaning to put it into nearly every series to date. So finally, I've managed to do it. It's an achievement. But no, seriously, it is a very nice telehandler by ARM Modding, or ARM Modding, which really should not go unnoticed. It must be recognised as a decent mod, because it is, it really is decent. Oh, and look at that. The controls actually are the right way around as well. Perfect. Right, we need to tow some machinery back with us. So, what did I do? I downloaded a trailer for the bales, because we're going to be doing just square bales to begin with. We are going to have a round baler too, but primarily we're going to do Hestons for straw. So, yeah, onto the baling technology just here. The round baler is in the way of... Oh, look, oh yeah, I forgot we had the big straw harvest add-on, which is just here. I might actually use these crones, because they're pretty good. I do like them. Plus, we have to load them up as well, manually, so there's a bit of realism there as well. So, yes, we'll buy this one. Manual. Definitely manual. The square baler is the Heston. I suppose, yeah, I could go with a Fendt with that. I know that they are usually Massey Ferguson though. But just to keep people happy, will have a fence. And yes, it was a Richard Weston trailer. There we go. We do start off with a seed drill. I think it might be the one just for corn. It's okay, we actually do have the Pronto 9 anyway, so that is the correct drill for us. So we don't have to buy another seed drill. That is good to know, because I didn't really want to have to keep buying them. Anyway, I think, for the time being, that is everything. I would like to get a modded mower, actually, instead of getting the standard. So I'll put that on the to buy list. Oh yes, I remember what I bought. Where's cultivators? This thing here, the Discotass 600, is, in my opinion, for going over a ploughed field to break it down. Oh, it's full. Prior to using a drill which requires cultivating first. Let's move some machinery out of the way. That can go there. In fact, what I might do is just jump cut and take everything back to the farm in one go, because I know it's going to be a bit congested around here. And it might take a while just to manoeuvre. So I'll see you in a second. This John Deere is also absolutely packed with interactive control. It has absolutely loads of different things. So it's going to be a nice place to work in one of these. There we go, the great convoy of all our new machinery. Now, we're back down to £500,000 and we don't have any of our animal equipment yet. I do actually have a bale shredder, which is brand new. But that's it. That's as far as it all reaches. So we're going to have to spend more money on that as well. Plus, we need to buy some fields. So I think you get my idea now of £1.5 million not really being much in farming simulator terms. In real life, I suppose if you're buying all your machinery from new, then again, it wouldn't be much money. But if you didn't own a farm and you didn't have to buy so much machinery, then obviously £1.5 million is like a dream. But yeah, machinery is just not cheap. So, yeah, I think the last tractor is following is fine. So let's just head down here. Need to turn off at the correct junction, which is actually quite a distance down here. But I absolutely love this tractor in particular. Really nice. I hope the combine doesn't get stuck. Yeah. What? I hope the combine doesn't get stuck on that sign back there. Hopefully not. Anyway, see you over at the farm. Here we are. It could be a tight turning for a combine harvester with a trailer, but we'll see how it goes. If it all fails, then I'll do it myself. I should think the combine will struggle. The tractors are fine. I'll head up here, and at least I'll give them a route to follow, but then I think I'll have to intervene in a second. But it is a decent sized yard, and that is one of the things I absolutely love about it. Having the extra space is brilliant. Ah yes, the combine is stuck. Predictably. Well, I'll park here. That'll do for the time being. To be fair, it did pretty well. It only just clipped the gatepost. I didn't want to go with anything bigger than a 580. A 580 is still a really decent sized machine. The reason why I've gone for this is because I looked at the fields and I thought, yeah, those fields are pretty big. So although initially when you're in the yards you might think, yeah, it's a fairly tight map, but actually you would be wrong. It isn't a tight map at all. There are some pretty big fields out there. Anyway, that is the last tractor. So we'll take it up here, and then we'll buy some fields, possibly buy some animal equipment, and then we'll know exactly where we are financially. The goal for this first episode is to know how much money we're actually going to have when working on this farm. To start off with, obviously, it's going to be fairly low, but you can usually get a pretty good idea of if you're going to succeed, And, well, we had a pretty good start, didn't we? So there shouldn't really be a problem. I'm going to put this away. Probably in this shed here. I'll be doing much more first-person view in this series, but not for this first episode. Just because I want to sort stuff out. When we're actually working, I'll be more in first person. We have 6 days to prepare the fields before summer. If I don't prepare them and drill them in 6 days, then they'll just have to stay empty until next year. But if I don't get them all done, it's not a huge problem. I think the approach I'm going to take with this Let's Play over the previous sort of realistic videos is I'm going to be more laid back about stuff, which might sound like a bad thing, but to be honest I think it will make for a better video instead of rushing about. That will have to go over to the cow farm later. We are actually... oh, it is the cow farm. Good to see. Yes, it's just the pig farm, which is different. Okay. So, we don't have any pigs. So at this stage, it isn't even a problem. I am looking to do some pig farming, actually, because really, I know that you can get pig food in a bag, but I did find a mod, or I got given a mod, actually, which increases the capacity of the big bags with pig food in. Now, that idea in itself is very good, but somebody else has taken that to a new level, because somebody else has created a pig food trigger, so you can actually buy the trigger and then you can fill up the trailer with the pig food. So instead of doing it by the bag load, you can do it by the trailer load, which to me is ingenious, because then we can actually do pig farming without worrying too much about having every ingredient required just to do it properly. That's where I was let down before on Dusty Cove, because I had to keep getting every ingredient to keep them happy. So there we go, we have some machinery in the shed here. Every machine, except for the baler at the end there, has a beacon. Of course. I'm not obsessed with beacons. Well, actually quite a few people think I am, but it just seems to be that either every machine I buy comes standard with beacons, or for some strange reason I select beacons as an option. I don't know why, it's just like a habit of mine. I just select beacons anyway. I guess it's because beacons are quite useful. If you're driving on a dual carriageway, they're required anyway by law, so it's always worth having them. There is a machine still lagging behind. I must retrieve it. The combine harvester really just needs to stay in a very accessible place with a big yard around it, because it can be quite hard to turn it around in a very tight space. So let's try and find the best place for it. Where can it be? I think probably this area here is going to be the most open, but it can't be in the way. This is a silage pit, so it could be here when it's not in use. I might put it here. We could even fill up the pit while it's here, because the pit obviously only takes up so much space. Just reverse it back a bit. There we go. We'll leave it there for the time being. But no, very nice combine harvester. The spawn point for wool. Many silos, which is going to be useful. The tractor I just put there. Let's go back around here. And there is one more tractor I need to get, and that is the John Deere, which is down the bottom of the bank, with the Richard Weston trailer, and also the front sort of compactor cultivator roller design, which is got on, which I think is going to be very useful. Here we are. Another tractor with beacons. Love the trailer. Absolutely love it. Really, really good. Can't wait to use it. And I honestly do prefer doing Heston bales over anything else at all. The bale shredder, which we have, is actually a round bale shredder, so we do have to have a round baler creating some bales at some point. We've got the Krone. But yeah, like I say, most bales will be Hestons. There we go. Put this over here in a shed. Probably it's got a plough in it, so in here that could be a straw sell point, although it doesn't appear to be. It's further up the yard. If you want to fold up the link arms on the front of the tractor, it's this button here. It even has wipers which work with this button. Look at it go, which could be very useful. I think these are probably... Yes. You would select the one you require for your machine. So, for example, for the baler, we'll put the Krone on. For maybe a fertilizer spreader, this Amazon or Amatron. But obviously, yeah, just choose what's necessary. A fine looking tractor. Really do like it. All the same, that is nice too. Very nice. Back down at the store, we're here to pick up anything which remains. Although I'm going to struggle to get that in the back. Well, I'm sure we'll be back down here later. Let's drive home. Although, actually, no, I could tow something else. Let me just see. Animal stuff. We could bring something. There we go. Perfect. I'm sure we'll get away with towing that with the pickup. It does go laggy just for a few seconds after buying something. I'm fairly sure that it's not a problem, because it does clear very quickly. Right, okay, off we go. Turn the lights off. It is now daytime. And while we're going, I think we'll probably stop off at any field which is potential to buy. Let me just see. Around here. I think probably if we focus on fields directly next to Oakfield Farm itself, that would be the best idea. Since we don't want to be driving too far, we do own field 34, which is good because it's a big field. It's just that it is quite a long way from our farm. So if we just stick nearby, that would be a good approach to go for. I'm thinking field number 8, just to start off with, if it isn't too expensive. We can afford it. I could easily say that. It's just how much it costs, I have no idea. What we do know is the prices aren't insane. There is also field number 16, just on the other side of this hedge here, so if I can see an opening, we might just pop in and see. There's quite a few nettles and stuff. Where is the entrance? It won't be too far away. Every field has an entrance. I'll pull over. There is a stile, so if I just park here, then we should be able to hop over. A nice grass field. Ah, the entrance is over here. We'll see what it's worth. It could be another good one to buy, along with field number 50. Yep, 37,000, let's buy it. Field 50 is just here again. How do we get in? I can't quite see. Try to find a gap in the hedge. Whoever owned it previously is obviously very good at hedge laying because they have done a very decent job. It's a dense hedge. Okay, I am... Aha! Here we go. Field 50. In fact, it ends up in our yard, so I'm surprised we don't even own it. Here we are. There we go. Okay, so... construction site placeables. We'll buy it anyway. It's worth more money because it's obviously designed for putting buildings on. Probably got planning applications on it and all that, so it just pushes the price up massively. But it is worth buying, because if we didn't buy it, somebody else would, and then would have like an industrial area directly next to our yard, which wouldn't be a problem. It's nice to know that we own everything within our gates, which is just here. So that is 2 fields purchased. Keep climbing over the gate. Oh, a good stack of logs as well. Right, well, we'll continue back over to our pickup. I think we'll buy field number 8. That will be the last field we buy for the time being. But yeah, I think you've probably noticed already, but every field so far is grass, so we should look at getting some more arable fields. Now, if for this first year we actually do only have 1 arable field, although it would be incredibly easy work, it wouldn't disappoint me, because we could still be primarily livestock farmers. And I don't think I've done that before, where I've focused on just livestock. Now obviously we are going to do arable too, but maybe not at the same extent as what we have done in the past. You probably then bring up the argument of why do you need so many tractors then? Well, yeah, we will. We'll do a lot of arable stuff too. But although, yeah, the tractors are big, expensive, you can get far bigger. Notice I've got no Challengers, no quad tracks, nothing like that. I'm hoping I've made a sensible decision. But it's okay, because without fail, I know my audience will let me know if I have made a decision which is not the right decision. But anyway, let me just see here. Yeah, field 8 was further up the lane. So if I just put this Bowser as close to the sheep as possible, they were behind me, then at least we'll be ready. Ready for doing some animal work. Oh, is that open? I bet that opens. It does. Ah, oh, look at that. It's the seed drill. Well, this can join the seed drill. It should be towed by a tractor, really. Just so I wasn't wasting my journey back. Right, there we go. Okay. I'll shut up shop, and then we shall return to the road to go and see field number 8. So that is the field we just purchased. Yeah, it's worth doing. Definitely worth buying. But also, field 8 I would say is worth buying too. We own field 10 and field 13. Looking at field 13, I would say that is arable anyway. I'll check the map in a minute or two. But I would say we do have at least 2 arable fields. Right, okay, pull over. Yeah, probably shouldn't block their entrance, but we'll be very quick. Run to field number 8. It's all a bit overgrown. There is a stream here too. You know what? I would say field 8 is over the other side. Luckily, it's shallow there. The gate is way over here. I probably should have just gone up our track. We have a track from the yard. 2 gates. But no purchase sign. It's in the far corner. Anyway, let's take in the breathtaking views. It'll look even better in the spring, well, late spring, and the summertime. Here we go. Wow, it's cheap. I suppose it's because it is just grassland on a hill. So it's not really prime agricultural land for arable. Let's go retrieve our pickup, because I have dumped it in a driveway to some business. I could have saved getting my feet wet too by using the bridge. Oh, no. Go through here. Yeah. Well, I've left my pickup somewhere. There it is. Let's retrieve it. So I would say, for the first episode, we've done quite a bit. Although we've done no land work at all, or any animal work, we have sorted a number of different things. So my goal for the end of this series, I'm not going to say how many episodes I'm planning on doing because I don't want to be restricted. I want to just keep playing. But the goal is obviously to own as much land as possible, arable as well as livestock, but also to have a lot of animals and ensure they're successful. Maybe, since we already own field 34, we should focus on buying arable land over there. So field 42, 36, 33, and then keep the grassland over here. That could be good. But we'll see. We'll just take each step at a time. It's the best way of doing things. Anyway, I can't wait to begin properly. Next time we will begin and we'll check things out. I will just check the map now, but we must get the crops in. There we go. Right, okay. Let's. Withering's on because of seasons. Dirt is normal. That's fine. That's all good. I was going to put that to 1 just because it does take up too much time. I don't know. I might change it later. Otherwise, I think I'm very happy with everything on here. Let's just see this. Right. Field 34. Harvested. So that must be cultivated and re-drilled. We then have field 13. Again, harvested, so it needs all the work it needs. Ploughing, cultivating, drilling, everything. And field number 9 also is arable, so that needs to be done. Otherwise, I would say, yeah, everything else is either not ours or is grass. So that's all very good news. We have 2 fields to prepare, ready for, well, this year, in the first half or first section of this Let's Play. Anyway, we'll leave this there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, please do post down below. And if you're going to be negative, please do it constructively, because otherwise your comment is no use to anybody. So yeah, there we go. See you again soon. Bye for now.